And hello, YouTube. I'm going to try and get through this without coughing my head off. Because I told you earlier I was getting sick. We all just seem to be passing everyone's cold around to each other. So it is what it is. I've taken a COVID test. It's not COVID. It's just, I think it's the changing of the seasons. It's getting really, really cold now in the evenings. The days are warm, but the nights are freezing. So that could be why. But I did want to get on here and do this forecast. I wasn't able to get on yesterday. Like I said, I'm prepping the house for winter. So, didn't have a chance. And I'm going to try. I don't think I'm going to get on here tomorrow, but Monday. Said I was going to get on here tomorrow, but I don't see that happening. Monday, I will do the stars of Kanye West and Queen Consort Camilla. Hey, Christopher. Happy Scorpio season. Yes, it is definitely upon us for sure. We're here. Yes, Scorpio season. But I'm going to do the forecast with you for the new moon. We are also in a solar eclipse is in Scorpio. The new moon is in Scorpio. And this is all about, this is a very, on a personal level, on a person that is a practitioner, Scorpio energy is excellent for a great many things. But what does it rule? Witchcraft, metaphysics. It does rule finance. It rules your investments. So any kind of investments made now are going to flourish and blossom later. But my favorite, I agree. And I'm Capricorn. I've had good and bad experiences with Scorpio, and like there are no two Scorpios that are alike. Um, some are the lizard and some are the eagle. But um, on the whole, I get along with them very well. So, hey, Gail, how are you? Glad to see you. Happy Saturday night. I know over across the pond, it is Saturday night, and here in Arizona, it is about 1 in the afternoon. So wherever you are in the world, welcome you guys. It's so nice to have you. Christopher, I'm broadcasting on 2 channels. So, I got YouTube here and Facebook here. Yes, I have the same stinger. We both have Jupiter. Jupiter and Scorpio is that is a natural touch of luck with the Scorpio energy. But we're here to discuss the new moon forecast that's coming up for the 25th. Now, normally you guys would get this. I'm getting better. I have had a really weird cold. It's not, I even went to the doctor, had my lungs checked because I had a checkup. And she said, your lungs seem pretty clear. And so it could, like I said, I think it's just the change of season, the cold. Because 5 weeks ago I had the air conditioner on, so the seasons are a changing. But we do have this new moon in Scorpio on October 25th. It's going to happen at 6:49 a.m. and this is on Eastern Daylight Time. And this is a partial solar eclipse. This is not a full-blown eclipse. And my understanding is, I put the website down here with the information I got. My newsletter will come out right after I do this broadcast. But www.space.com. But we will not be able to see it in the United States. The United States won't be able to see it, but most of Europe will. I know England will, Iceland, Middle East, India, Russia. I'm not sure about Australia, but I know South America and Central America and North America will not. And that's why it's called a partial eclipse, because only part of the world gets to see it. But you can read all about that. A solar eclipse energy is usually very, very positive energy. It's all about the sun shining bright and helping all of us to achieve our goals and plans. It's all about the outer expression of the individual and how the world views you. Um, it's also how we see ourselves when we look in the mirror. Oh, wow. You have two kids that are Scorpio. That sounds like fun. Um, where was I? And it's also how you view yourself. Scorpio benefits greatly from all of this as it is your solar eclipse, Scorpio. So make things happen. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Scorpio in a little bit because if it's one sign that's had it fairly rough since the beginning of this year, it is Scorpio. So this is all about intense Scorpio energy where both the sun and the moon are in the same sign. It rules death, life, rebirth, transformations. New moons are usually positive in nature, and this one will be positive in nature on a personal level. Okay. But at the world at large, it won't be so great. And I'll get to that after. This one is going to be all about dealing with an ending in our life, which is a hypothetical death, not necessarily a physical one. And it's a new beginning and a rebirth of something new to come. We need that planet Pluto. This is ruled by Pluto, Scorpio. We need that planet Pluto to bring us those deaths so that we can have rebirth and new life brought into our own life. Any issues relating to death, drama, the rich and the famous, crimes of passion, finances, secrets, taxes, insurance, unfortunately, sex trafficking, sex, law enforcement, that's our police, joint finances, investments, unfortunately, war, and even Russia's ruled by this energy. That will definitely make headlines in the next 2 weeks. Now, I will not mince words here, and I did say this not necessarily for the general public, but for my Patreons. I did say that the Taurus Scorpio Dragon newsletter that I wrote back in, I think, January 10th of 2022 of this year, I said that the months that will have the most impact on the universe will be May 2022. And what happened in May 2022? The overturning of Roe versus Wade. And this makes perfect sense because Scorpio, the Scorpio tail in the astro medi aspect, it rules the reproductive organs. Makes perfect sense. The other one was November 2022, which we're about a week away from. Excuse me. And then May 2023. Now, May 2022 brought the women's rights issues and the reproductive. I believe November 22 is going to be more political and have something to do with the election and the energies at hand there. You'll see what I mean. And I do believe that May of 2023 is going to be all about financing. A new dollar is going to be presented to us, not just the United States. This will probably happen in England as well. I know that back on September 27th, the pound sterling dropped and there was this banking crisis. I kind of laugh because there's people that think, oh, and the dollar's strong right now because of this. But what comes up always goes down. But that's for my crypto class that I'm creating. But what I'm trying to say is November is going to be a bad month. So buckle up. May of 2023 as well. Like I said, it's going to have to do with finances and probably major earthquake and earth changes. But between October 25th and November 8th, I do foresee some sort of issues arising. It could be Russia and Ukraine, it could be China and Taiwan, could be Iran. It could be us as the United States. Could be England. I mean, England's already making headlines with a prime minister that lasted, I don't know, what was that, 6 weeks? Gail, you're from England, you would know. more than I would. Carry on here. Okay, well, honey, our government's just as crazy. You just wait and see what happens on the lunar eclipse. We have an election day on the lunar eclipse. So let me go into YouTube really quickly, make sure oh wow, I'm missing a lot in here. Before I go on, hold on. Coincidentally on Alexa, okay. Right after I think it's because the banking crisis got. Yeah, I'm pretty good at English history. I can barely understand my own American politics, let alone British politics. 45 days. She was only in office 45 days. Um, I'm wondering, I'm gonna have to look at this lady's stars. Um, I have to get her birthday and I'll look at her stars. I'll do a brief one on her as well on Monday. So we'll do a triple whammy here. We'll do a Kanye West on Monday. We'll do the Camilla, and we'll do the former Prime Minister of Great Britain. I'll just do a quick analysis, 10 minutes on each one. Okay, where was I? So, like I said, I'm not going to mince words here. This energy that's coming up, eclipse season within itself is usually harsh enough. But throw in the things that are going on around the world, and this lunar eclipse that's coming, not the solar one that's coming on October 25th, but November 8th, election day for the United States. We have an election, and I did do a tarot pool about this the other day. I'm not going to present it to the general public for another week or so. Patreon knows what's coming, and it's kind of scary. But I'll explain more about that as we get closer to election day. But I do see issues arising with wars. It most definitely will be Putin and Russia. These countries make headlines, and so will Putin, because how do I explain this? This solar eclipse is hitting his second house right now. It's going to, but the lunar eclipse on the 8th of November, this is going to ride Putin's eighth house with the tail or the head positive in his eighth house. This is the death house, and he's going to either do more killing, or he's either going to be killed or vice versa. Um, I have a funny feeling that his own countrymen are going to try and get him out. And then you have the midterm elections on November 8th with a lunar eclipse in Taurus. This energy is filled with all kinds of platonic undertones of violence, hatred, and unstable souls. It's also about the banking system and finance, but you're not going to hear anything about that subject. They're going to keep you preoccupied with the election and this governor's race and this Senate race and who's winning this. And that's what everyone will be preoccupied. But as I'm going along and I'm learning, when everyone's looking this way, I am being taught to look the other way and see what's going on behind the scenes. So there is a money thing going on, and you'll be presented with that in May of 2023. But behind the scenes, we are getting ready to switch how we do money completely. But they're not going to tell you that right now. The election and its outcome will be what most people care about. There will be protests. There will be result deniers. Some will get exposed for voter tampering and voter fraud and other injustices. Some will revolt and cause chaos. But while this is going on to keep you distracted on the news, a financial reset is happening behind the scenes and right under your very nose. No one's talking about it, but we'll discuss that more later. Like I said, I'm creating a class right now. I should be done with it by next week. I was going to call it Crypto 101, but I don't think I'm going to call it that. I'm going to call it something else. This is not for the person who is the pro at crypto. I'm going to explain to you how the economy's taken a hit since 1971. I'm going to show you the value of your dollar. I'm going to show you the pound sterling. I'm going to give you a crash course in economics and finance, but I'm also going to bring in a spiritual touch to it because I'm going to be quoting quatrains from the great seer himself, Nostradamus. Nostradamus himself saw cryptocurrency coming. And I'm going to show you how that came about. But that should launch next week. Now, I do want to come up here on a more positive note, okay? 44 days. They called Boris back. Oh, wow. I did not know this. I know. The planet is overworked. But I do have, on a more positive outlook, this is an excellent time for all of us to review our finances and to move our cash flow, check our life insurance policies, our bonds, our crypto, our investments, see how they're doing, see what we need to do, move money around if we need to. All of this is blessed under these stars. Just be extra cautious, though, because this is also the perfect window for hackers and cyber crimes. Always check your bank accounts for any malicious activity. Always know your surroundings. And some will experience, many of us, not just some. I would say 90% of us are going to experience a wake-up call of some sort with this solar new moon. It might even bring secrets to light. So this energy is all about tapping into the mystical and the sensual side of the Scorpio energy. Now, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, you will feel this energy strongly. And wake-up calls and even dramatic events can occur. All water signs feel the pull of this energy the most. And those of us with a sun, a moon, ascending, a rising, ascending and rising are the same thing, but I just say them both. A dragon's head or tail in Scorpio, you'll all feel this. And of course, my Scorpios, my Cancers, and my Pisces, all of you water signs, you're going to feel a little bit more intuitive than usual, and psychic than usual. And this energy plays a very important part in all of our lives. But I'm going to come back to my water signs in a minute. Okay. This energy plays this very important part in all of our lives as change is coming, and change is good. A lot of us don't like change, but we need it to grow. The emphasis is on death, and from death brings a rebirth, like I said earlier, and from rebirth brings transformation. Transformation brings new knowledge, new power, and new wisdom to the table. Solar energy usually brings a more positive aspect to the soul, too. So what I'm trying to say is we are going to be going into Platonic energy right around this solar eclipse and new moon. But for our own personal sake, we will benefit. It is the world at large that will see the chaos. Just keep repeating that, okay? We benefit. As long as we use Scorpio energy in a positive way, we can benefit. The more positive aspects of this new moon's energy is to use the hardships that we have faced in the past as learning experiences and eliminate people and the situations that do not work for us anymore. Anytime we have a new or a full moon in a water sign, rest assured it will be all those water signs that feel the most and see the most. This is, like I said a few minutes ago, there's a natural psychic ability and intuitiveness. It's heightened for all of you water signs right now. The only downfall to this, there's always a downfall to this energy, is a lot of you water signs are empathic. You feel things empathically, and that can bring on depression because you're taking on others' energies. This also can create illusions. However, on the positive side of that, many of us can tap into our own magic and our own witchcraft residue. So the key to this new moon solar eclipse is really to remain observant more, be more observant and less vocal, and focus more on the positive over the negative. The stars have a plan for all of us, and if we use those powers for good, all will be fine. Now, like I said, this is a new moon, new beginnings. Set that plan of intention to what you want to create, especially my Scorpios. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. This is the best time for you to do those road openers, those success spells, things that open the road for you. Speaking of magic and success, let's go to my magical folk. Scorpio is the ruler of witchcraft, the underworld, metaphysics. This time of year is one of the most magical, mystical, and powerful times where the veil is literally thinning. New moons with a solar eclipse in Scorpio are going to be perfect for that solar magic to manifest your dreams or your wishes. And rituals for sex magic, love, lust spells. You could even, I did not add this in, but I should have, healing rituals of the reproductive organs can be done now. Um, Even though it's new, some people say, oh no, you got to wait till after the full. That's not necessarily true. We want to grow our health to make us better. Um, So sex magic, love and lust spells, necromancy, of course, we're dealing with the dead, spirit boards, witch boards, scrying, crystal gazing, tarot, divination, and of course, those of us out there that are clairvoyant, we'll be tapping into that. Remember, the veil is thinning and our ancestors want to communicate with us. So setting up an ancestral altar and a meal for those who have passed is a wonderful, wonderful way to honor our dead. Now, I'm going to say this because I saw it on TikTok and consider the source, okay? Through the ages, many cultures celebrated their dead, from, the Scottish, Gaelic, and Irish celebrations of Samhain, or what Americans call Halloween, which in Ireland, I've been told that a celebration from the 31st of October until November 14th, it's a 2-week celebration of the dead. And the oh my God, what she'd sell, the deities, the Irish deities of the dead that rule the underworld. And that lasts about 15 days. Then Mexico honors their dead on November 2nd with Dia de los Muertos. Now, in my culture, Italians honor their dead usually on November 1st, which is All Souls Day, as it coincides with the Catholic holiday of All Souls Day, the day we honor our dead. But whatever culture you come from, it is a time to reflect on the people we have loved and lost. Making contact is very common, and they will let you know that they are there. I'm going to say this before I go on, and I it's an observation I'm having, and I noticed it maybe 3 days ago. As the veil slowly thins, look, if you have cats, especially cats, because I've learned that the spirit of the cat lives in both the human realm and the spirit realm. So for the last several days, I've had a couple of my cats like just look on a wall and start meowing like something's there. They haven't done this in a while, not since we had to put down our oldest cat who was sick. And I know the one cat that's always seeing spirits was very close to him, but this cat is now starting to see things again. Every time the veil thins, this happens. So look at your animals, is what I'm trying to say. Watch how they act the next few weeks. They may be seeing your ancestors, and maybe your ancestors are trying to tap into you through your pets. But as the veil thins, magic will happen. So all of you out there, be safe, have fun. The moon is waxing on Halloween, so it is a beautiful time to manifest and harvest and enjoy the festivities of the season. But yes, blessed Samhain to all of my broom sisters and brothers who celebrate. Oh, let's see. Christopher, let's see what you have to say here. Da, da, da. It's going to. You feel up to it to do a light and darkness pull. I don't have my angel cards. I put them away. The ones I'm working with right now are these. I'll pull one of these. But I did do it wasn't really a lightness darkness spell because that's a misconception. I don't like to, how do I put this? The demon cards are the demon cards. They are what they are and they say what they are. And from the darkness comes the light. So um, I always seem to steer to something a little more neutral like these or a witch's tarot deck. Let's see what it's going to be really bad for Putin. Taurus don't get along with Scorpio nor Aquarius. That's not true. Um, Taurus is Scorpio's polar opposite. So just like Capricorn is Cancer's polar opposite, and like Aquarius is Leo's polar opposite. You either love each other or hate each other. That is how it is when there's a polar opposite. Whew. It's crazy. I will pull a card. The only card I do not have the Archangel Michael in this deck. I pulled him out. And that's not because I did it. I did do it on purpose, but my Patreons we're working with Archangel Michael and doing spell work. So I'm using his tarot card as the example. And I don't have another deck sitting around here handy. So yeah, I usually come on Fridays, but I didn't have time. I was putting up rain gutters, getting everything ready for the winter. However, I have another issue that I have to tend to because human beings suck and they don't take care of their animals. Um, we have discovered that I'm going to end up trapping them and having them neutered because I can't take it anymore. I don't give a damn whose cat it is. You cannot let your animals roam free, especially cats. And then I have more kittens in spring. Okay. It just pisses me off. So I am working on getting some sort of shelter in my backyard for the feral cats so they don't freeze to death. And the reason I'm doing this is there's a premonition I'm having about winter and how bad it's going to be. Um, we had a relatively dry winter here in Arizona last year, and it makes sense. Dragon Tail was in Sagittarius. It is a fire sign, so it's barren, dry energy. I think it snowed twice in one winter. That's it. Dragon Tail and Scorpio is a very different scenario. Dragon Tail and Scorpio, it's water, murky, wet, dramatic. So I do think even central and northern Arizona are going to experience blizzard-like conditions this winter. I'm trying, Gail. There's this one cat, and he is neutered. And I know I'm the one who fattened him up because I'll share a picture of him on YouTube with you guys in a little bit. Um, I have to take him in and make sure he doesn't have feline leukemia or feline HIV, because those are highly contagious. And then I'm probably going to slowly introduce him into the house. And I'm a little worried about it, but he's the kind of cat I can pick him up and hold him in my arms and just pet him, and he just sits there and drools. He's like, he wants to be an indoor cat. He wants to be indoors. But there are other cats that are out there that I do feed. Hey, Felicia, how are you, hon? There are other cats that I do feed that are, some are feral. And there's one that looks like complete hell. I almost thought about calling a vet to have him looked at. He needs to be neutered. And the neighbors' cats, they let their 2 kittens run around, and they're almost a year old and they're still unneutered. I do too. It breaks my heart. And that's why my monthly bill, I'm buying bags and bags of cat food, and I'm buying the cheap cat food just so these cats don't starve. My indoor cats eat a little differently. Some are on a special diet. But I hate to see animals suffer too, and it isn't going to happen on my watch, not this winter. So my next phase after I get the rain gutters up, and I'm having a little roof built, I'm looking for a little trailer, a small little trailer that probably has its own heating system. And these cats can get in there and keep themselves warm in the winter when it snows. And I'll even keep a litter box in there and try and clean that. Maybe not every day, but every other day. But I'm trying to figure out a system here for them and for us, so that we all can coexist and they're safe. And my mother keeps praying to Archangel Ariel. She is the archangel of animals. So if you are, into archangels, Archangel Ariel will always protect your animals. So I'm always praying to that archangel. My grandma did that when she lived in the mountains. She had a cat trailer. Oh, see, that's what I'm doing. I'm making a cat trailer. I'm turning into the crazy cat lady. So, yeah, I'm making a cat trailer. I mean, the trailer, I was pricing them. It can cost me $500-600 easy, for a used, beat up one. But still, as long as it has a roof over its head, I can get a little heater going to warm them up. And they can keep their food in there in a litter box. Turning, you might already, honey, you're right. I'm already there. I admit it. My daughter says we're running a sanctuary. Well, my next phase here is to trap these cats and have them neutered. There's a way I can do that through the Humane Society or the SPCA. They'll work with me. So that's my next phase. But it is cooling down awfully quickly here. And to be honest with you, I'm usually not on, Christopher, at this time. I'm usually DJing at this time. But I had to work today and get things done in the morning, and I didn't have time to DJ today. My business took a lot of attention. And lately, I know the economy is really bad, and I know people can't afford a $150 astrology reading, because that's what I am, full price. People have to put food on the table. People have to put gas in their cars. I get it. So lately, I have been doing a lot of mini readings for people. I think I'm still running the special for $20. You get 30 minutes of my time. And it won't give you all the answers, but I will probably focus more on your dragon and what's going on there. And that will give you quite a lot of detail. All right, Christopher, I'll pull you first. Gail, would you like a card, huh? Hun, I can't talk today. And Felicia, do you want a card? If I had the money, I would buy a full. Haven't I given you one already? Haven't I given you one, Christopher, already? Because those who have a full reading, usually all they need is a progressive. And I wish I could give them away for free, but I can't all the time. Or I have to pay for the website and a lot of the overhead that I have. Um, okay, Christopher, here I go. I got to clear the deck. All right. Oh, wow, Christopher. The woman holding the coin. Can you see that? The woman holding the coin. Well, this does have to do with money. It is a card number 42, and a 4 and a 2 is a 6. So this is a 6 is a good number. It represents like community and good home. And I have yet to memorize these, so I'm just going to read it to you. And I pulled it upright, so that's a good thing. It's about female connection with money, health, and value. So an elegant woman is dressed and a card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes up right into the woman's reading, it may refer to her directly. This is referring to a woman, but this card could also signal a woman of support or assistance is there to help you, Christopher. That might be what it means. That this woman may be someone that you met or where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for help and assistance from a female energy. So if there's a female energy coming in to help you. And this doesn't mean anything necessarily romantic, okay? It's just a female energy. It could be maybe an old crone is coming in to guide you and help you. I don't know. Well, you'll have to keep me posted, my brother. Okay? It fits. Good. All right. Yes, Scale. You are next, hon. Hey, Denise, how are you? How's the baby? I see pictures of her all the time on oh God, what's it called? Instagram. She's getting so big. Almost a year. She's so cute. Grace Kelly. There you go. Well, also, Christopher, you do have a Jupiter in Scorpio. And anytime we have Jupiter in Scorpio, any Scorpios that we meet will bring us a touch of luck in some ways. Okay, Felicia. Okay, Gail. Let's see what. I didn't clear the deck. Hold on. All right. All right. This is card number 15, which 1 and a 5, another 6. 6 must be the number. This is about choosing gratitude. Show you the card. Bring it up to the Facebook. Choosing gratitude. Okay. An appreciation. It means choosing gratitude. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom. Yet around and behind her are bramble bush. She could be, I'll hold up the picture again, focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she has the blessing of this single flower, breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on her tiny buds waiting to open up. So it's a very positive card in nature. Let me just put that down there. I got too much congestion. Gail, that is a very, very positive card in nature. What it is saying is, don't fret about tomorrow, today. Take time to smell those roses. Um, I'm also going to read a little more to you, though. It says the card is telling you that you have much to be grateful for. And like the flowering bush behind that woman, there is more to come that you cannot see yet. Congratulate yourself for a job well done. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack of value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness to your life. So appreciate yourself. Appreciate the small things you've achieved in life. Small things sometimes turn out to be greater things. So never dismiss the small things. I hope that helped, and I hope that made sense. Take what resonates and just leave the rest. That's always what I tell people. Putin just lost who? Kirshen. He lost the city. I haven't watched the news. I'm trying not to turn on news every morning. I just can't. I just can't. It does something to my psyche. Okay, Felicia, you are next. Denise, if you want one, just say yes, and I'll pull one for you too. You sent me. Oh, yes. Okay. It didn't open, but I got the gist of it. It opened a few things, but sometimes the internet out here is not all that great. So, all right. Felicia. All right, Felicia. You're very welcome, Gail. My pleasure, hon. Oh, wow, Felicia. I have never drawn this card, and I've had this deck for almost 2 years now. This is card 32, which is a 5. It's a working number. So it's Door to Spirit. Let me show it in YouTube. Door to Spirit. All right. Spiritual awakenings and new beginnings. This is actually a perfect card, Felicia. If you've read my horoscope for you guys in Patreon, this will resonate. This is about spiritual awakenings, and it's upright. So the door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your internal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, and for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being and deep into your subconscious in some ways. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection to the spirit world. Well, I know you well enough that they're going to be talking to you. Tell your aunt I said hello and I miss her, because she's going to be talking to you, babe. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Now I'm thinking of Aunt Stephanie. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and to the magic and powers of your true identity. So, Felicia, The spirit realm will be in contact with you these next several weeks. Um, and it may just be not just your immediate family, but other people. You may be feeling the energies strongly, because I know your personal stars. So I know what gifts you bring to this world. So you're going to be busy, my clairvoyant friend. I hope that helped. All right. And I think I am done. Just double check. Buddy. All right. All right, you guys. Have a great Saturday. Like I said, it's a rarity for me to be on here. I'm usually DJing. At this very point in time, I'm usually on air playing heavy metal and making someone's ears bleed. It wouldn't let me comment. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you cry, but she's around. Even right now, I could feel her just by pulling that card. But yeah, say hi to her. Um, anyway, all of you out there, thank you for tuning in. Gail, you're very welcome. Thank you. It's very nice to see you too, Gail, and I hope you're doing well. And I know there's chaos across the pond with your politics. And hey, in 2 weeks, we're going to have all that mesh of goss too. The chaos is going to begin November 8th. America, wake up. A lot of doo-doo is going to hit the fan on election day. Hold on. What are you? Sophia's worried her mom's memory is lost. No, no, no. I'm going to private message you and I'm going to tell you what you could relate this to Sophia. Sophia is the one that will keep her memory alive. Okay. And with this veil thinning, this is the perfect time to do it. An ancestry altar. Um, if you want to make her mother the focal point of that altar, so be it. I'm going to show all of everyone my altar that I'm doing for Halloween with all of my ancestors on it and friends. And unfortunately, it's getting bigger and bigger. It gets depressing after a while because you got to keep putting more people on that thing. I even have the cat on there. On my ancestry altar, I even incorporate my animals who have passed. So, yeah, well, that's crazy cat lady for you. So, but there's things Sophia can do to stay connected to her mother, and it always keeps her spirit alive. Um, there's a Disney movie. I don't know if you. I don't know if it's not El Canto. It's another one, and it has to do with this holiday, Dia de los Muertos, and it's about keeping their spirit alive. Help me, Felicia. What's the name of that movie? Anyway, there's a very good moral to it spiritually. So, when I figure out what the hell it is, I'll post it on here. But no, I'll private message you. But all of you out there have a great Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. Facebook, thank you. And YouTube, Christopher, thanks so much for tuning. Hang in there. And as we get closer to the holidays, I give you a progressive. Okay. All of you out there have a great Saturday. Same holiday. The Book of Life. That's it. The Book of Life. Okay. It's a very good movie with a very good moral. Anyway, you guys have a safe weekend. Have a really beautiful and blessed new moon. That is on Tuesday. So we have a few days. We are in the dark phase of the moon. This is a time of deep contemplation. Make your plans for what you want to manifest in the new moon. I obviously worked with Lilith at these last 3 days of the dark moon because it is her moon. I will see you over on Facebook. Oh, you're welcome, Christopher, my brother from another mother. I'll see you on the other side of Facebook there. And all of you have a good one. I'll be back on here probably Monday. It's going to take me at least a day to digest and dissect and decipher Kanye West stars. That is just too much to digest. There's a whole lot of shit going on there. No, I shouldn't laugh. Mental illness is not a funny thing. That's all I'm going to say. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning, and I'll see you Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. Be safe, and peace. Bye, guys.